We are here with Jerry Dell. We just finished a crop tour. We have been to the states of Iowa and Illinois. We have traveled through the eastern part of Iowa, the northern part of Illinois, and the central part of Illinois. And we can anticipate that the yields registered in the central part of Illinois are lower than most of the years uh, in
In the last 10 years, whatever.
yeah, the numbers are lower than most of the years in the last 10 years. We just would exclude the 2019 floods that happened in the state of Illinois that would have registered a lower yield in that crop tour. Um, we're going to ask Jerry what he thinks has generated all these losses that we are seeing. We don't have a basis of comparison for the other regions because it's the first time they have been done. But the losses for the central Illinois area are quite significant.
Yes, good to be with you again as always. Turns out that we had quite an eye opener that Luis and I have done over the last, actually 3 days. We first drove out across northern Illinois and into eastern Iowa, stayed in the Cedar Rapids area, and then came back slightly north and back into the northern Illinois area on Friday afternoon. And then, as we just mentioned, we did our Central Illinois tour that we've done for quite some time. We got quite a lot of comparisons on that from there. The Northern Illinois portion of the thing was our first eye opener of, to some extent, what's happened here in the Midwest. It really looks like that some of the overnight temperatures and some of the issues that have popped up here in various places about pollination is there. It's also created, I think, some real significant pullbacks on, on tipbacks on the ears. And so I think that's a factor in it. Our averages across northern Illinois, and this is on 2 days, we did part of it on the way out to Iowa and then part of it on the way back. Our averages came in at 201 across northern Illinois, and that we don't have a great back history on it. We had some counties that I've done for many years between here and Clinton, Iowa, and that. But the real eye opener was that the county right next to the Mississippi, we've tended to get a yield in the 210 to 235 zone. This year, it only came in at 155, and that pulled that average down to 201 from there. The interesting twist on it is that the Iowa side of that tour that came through Clinton, across into Cedar Rapids, and then come back across at Maquoketa and then into Illinois there into and came through the two counties of Jones and Jackson. No, those are the Iowa numbers that came through Carroll in Ogle, and that came through at 201. And I'd have to say that was our first indication of some issues there, and particularly the one Whiteside County when it came in 30 and 40 bushels below what traditionally has happened on things. It was a combination of plant population and also pollination, and that our ears just did not count out in that county, which is quite unusual from there. Then I think the real big tour that we have great information on is always the Central Illinois tour. From there, we've done the same route for I've done it for over 10 years. Luis and I have been doing it for 5 or 6 years, and we make a trip from Maison and in Grundy County, just south of the Interstate 80, and that move into Livingston, then go westward through Pontiac and over to Woodford, where we do some sampling there. Then we actually hit the biggest county in central Illinois, and even in the whole state from corn production. That's McLean County, and that we have two stops there, one in central and western areas of the county. And then we also do one coming back out of DeWitt County, which has been a traditionally very strong county, and then hit another one in southeast McLean. And that really was the biggest eye opener for the trip as we were going through. We did end up having a 190 yield in central and west central part of the state, but the one in southeast only was 170. And that now that's this is based upon this whole issue of tip back heat situations. We've also had this scenario happen in pollination issues in some cases. We had ears that had missing rows and things of that nature. I wouldn't say that all ears were in bad shape, but enough of them were able to then bring down the averages as it goes along, and that things improved as we then moved back through the east central part of the central district with Ford and Iroquois. We moved back above 210 bushels in Ford. Iroquois was our best one, it has been in the past. It's also had some of our poor yields. This year it turned out to be 222 bushels. Well, that sounds like a good one. But the overall average from all these stops, of 9 or 10 stops that we made, turned out to be 198.3 bushels. Now, this is not population based or plant number of acres and counties. This is just the average, so it does have some issues from a statistical scenario in that. But at the same time, it's been a comparison that we've had for, as I said, 10 years or more. And last year's tour gave us a 213.7 bushel yield. That's up about 3 bushels from the previous year, and the highest yield we had up to that point. Now all of a sudden we're a number below 200, 198. So I guess that's, if you quick calculations, that's 15 bushels an acre. I don't sense that that's what the numbers we're going to see on Tuesday. The USDA's numbers are based upon the beauty contest of people submitting their numbers from the producers and other people driving by. There's no statistics on the thing. There's no USDA plant counts. There's no survey of things. This is just us out there making yield checks across these areas. But it's, I think, quite eye-opening on things. It suggests that we're going to find more information from the various crop tours during the month of August, and that's so that the USDA's numbers on Tuesday will be a start, but I'm not sure that they're going to be the final answer on the 2025 U.S. Corn crop. And in all these cases, these are specified areas, but in some cases, as I mentioned, eastern Iowa had a very strong yield, but Illinois had some erratic data in 2 of the districts, basically northwest Illinois and central Illinois, and East Central too. We do get some numbers from East Central, but we don't get the West Central numbers. We don't get Southern Illinois numbers. Rain is a positive for U.S. corn crop, but in some cases here, I think the heat and the overnight heat has damaged some of the yield potential out there. And also I think that some of the tassel problems, the whirl issues that people have talked about, I think we saw some of that out there, and particularly Illinois. And so I think we are at least being cautious about the initial numbers we're going to see from the USDA's crop surveys and weather forecasts here on Tuesday. Soybeans, haven't talked a lot about them. They look fabulous out there. They're putting pods on. There's some blossoming still going on across all these states here across northern Illinois, Iowa, and central Illinois. But it's always tough to figure out how that's going to finalize out. If the weather turns dry and hot for the month of August and September, we could have a significant issues with the USDA's 52.5 bushel yield. But right now, at least, that's a place to start. But overall, myself, Luis, and also our longtime participant here, Jack Scoville, we all were out there stunned by what we saw, and so we're going to leave it at that. Right now, at least, the USDA's numbers won't look inside the crop. It won't make these survey results in there. They're just starting with a basic look on things. I think, though, that we could start to see significant changes as we go into September and October here if these basic yield checks that we've done in eastern Iowa and across Illinois turn to fruition. It looks like that things could get quite interesting. It doesn't mean that we're going skyrocketing, no, but it could easily limit our downside in U.S. corn prices, and maybe soybeans. We'll just have to see as how that turns out. Hope everyone enjoys our little quick tour that we just did the last few days, and look forward to talking with any questions that might come up. Be sure to forward them our way. Thank you.